but you're no good for me. That's why me know I said me if it could flee. Me have to take away myself. Me have to take away myself. Me have to hide like a thief in the night. Me have to get out of sight. Me have to take away myself. I have to take away myself. I have to utilize my wings. Show the eye clean where I is. I said, yeah, I find you very hard to resist. But this relationship I'm gonna desist. But how can I face you when all I wanna do is just taste you? I know you think I play me, I play, but soon you're gonna see the light of day. Just relax, don't move an inch. I'll be gone in a pinch. May I feel take away myself. May I feel take away myself. May I feel hide like a thief in the night. May I forget out of sight. May I feel take away myself. Take away myself. I have to utilize I will. Show the eye a clean pair of heels. I said, yeah. Been there, done that, don't need it again, yeah. I'm not a masochist who won't play your game, yeah. To all you move, you off me way to the core. Sayonara, the hot girl gone through the door. Take away ourselves. Ah, yeah, 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 yeah.
Greetings, greetings, kings and queens. Welcome once again to another Real Stuff podcast. This is yours truly, Franco. I will be linking up with Flavius in a few minutes. Today we have a special guest, and it's none other than Coach Valney Brown. He will be joining us this morning, and we're going to talk football and other things. So stick around, don't go nowhere. I will be right back. We're going to get Flavius and then continue with the show.
This is your very own sports, music, and lifestyle podcast with Flavius and Franco. Welcome.
Walking on sand and holding your hand, feel like a tourist in my own homeland, in my own homeland, enjoying the bright, the warm sunlight. Oh my God, what a beautiful sight, in my own homeland. This place is so nice, wanna do everything twice. Yes, I feel as if I'm in a paradise. No matter the season, you've got every reason. This place is another little heaven. East or west, I couldn't care less. Ooh, this place, it is definitely blessed. My own homeland. North or south, feel free to wander about. You can jump, dance, or sing and shout in my own homeland. Give yourself a treat a few days or a week, and you will see just what I mean. Just take my advice, so everyone is nice. You feel like royalty, my friend. Pulsating, vibrating, reggae, reggae, reggae. Very sky, rock, steady, mental. A quadrillion, coming. You can fill your belly with the coconut jelly, mango, papa, cane and guinea. There's ackee in the saltfish and a roast yam and banana. Curried goat and a managed water. The Sunday special if you like a revival. Catholic, Baptist or Pentecostal. The house of Jah is there, have no fear. Walk right ahead and get your share. I'm walking on sand. I'm holding your hand. Feel like a tourist in my own homeland. In my own homeland. Feel like a tourist in my own homeland. A homeland, my own homeland. Feel like a tourist in my own homeland. My own homeland.
Hi, this is Pam Hall, and I'm inviting you to hang out with Flavius and Franco on the Real Stuff podcast. They're such great company.
It's alright. It's alright, it's okay. Just hang on a little bit longer, 'cause tomorrow is another day. It's alright, it's okay. Just stand firm in the face of adversity and watch them fade away, 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 Life of a wave to carry you down when the money in the bank gets shorter and the bills are coming and you're caught in between the devil and the deep blue water. I know say that when you come on my yard and the people them I look them sober. So you do what you can, 'cause a man is just a man and you not make the people them sober. And you pray to the Father when this tribulation I go in, but remember Jonah in the belly of the whale and Daniel in the lion's den. It's alright, it's okay. Just hang on a little bit longer, 'cause tomorrow is another day. It's alright.
Yes, yes, indeed. As the man said, it's alright, it's okay. Hang on a little bit longer. Stand firm. Whole lot of things going on. For those of you who watched the presidential debate last night with the two candidates, the incumbent president and Joe Biden, the Democratic nominee, trust me, you didn't miss nothing, because it wasn't a debate, it was a quarrel. But some people find some positive Because them say sometime you can pick sense out of nonsense, and some people sure did. But for those of you who got disappointed, there will be 2 more. So let's see what happened.
It's alright. It's okay.
Reaching out to you and you this morning. Today is a joyful day.
Another day. It's alright. It's okay. Just stand firm in the face of adversity and watch them fade away, 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 away. It's alright. It's okay.
Well, this one is a bombshell.
It's so nice, we gotta do it twice. Getting ready to link up with Flavius. In case you're just joining us, welcome to the Real Stuff Podcast. Uniquely Caribbean.
It's alright.
It's all about the Caribbean.
It's okay.
It's all about you.
Stand firm in the
Bringing all the information from the Caribbean just for you.
Well, this one is a bombshell.
life of a way to carry you down when the money in the bank gets shorter and the bills are coming and you're caught in between the devil and the deep blue water. I know say that when you come home my yard and the people them I look them sober. So you do what you can cause a man is just a man and you don't make the people them sober. And you pray to the Father when this tribulation I go in, but remember Jonah in the belly of the whale and Daniel in the lion's den. It's alright, it's okay. Just hang on a little bit longer, cause tomorrow is another day. It's alright, it's okay. Just stand firm in the face of adversity and watch them fade away, away, away. I say time of a way to test your faith, so you got to have enough endurance. One day at a time, just keep on trying, cause time carry no insurance. No matter how the situation hard, things can only get better. Just have some faith, everything will go great, cause nothing never lasts forever. And you pray to the Father when this tribulation I go in, but remember Jonah in the belly of the whale and Daniel in the lion's den. It's alright, it's okay. Just hang on a little bit longer, cause tomorrow is another day. It's alright, it's okay. Just stand firm in the face of adversity and watch them fade away, away, away.
And today our special guest this morning is going to be none other than Coach Valney Brown, affectionately known to everybody as Coach Brown, or some of you call him Val. He's going to be joining us at 10:30 this morning.
Tomorrow is another.
Linking up with Flavius, waiting for Flavius to answer.
It's okay. Just stand firm in the face of adversity and watch them fade away.
Stamp out dirty minds and dirty mouths, suffering from lyrical drought. Deodorant, talking about this song and watch this song. Hey, so give it a beat, come for clean up the corner. Stamp on your feet, ready for purge up the yard. Not God, beat, come for clean up the corner. Stamp on your feet, ready for purge up the yard. Culture safer and
well, this one is a bombshell.
high standard, yeah. You getting a treat on it, so switch it over for yanks and who will do it. Different crew are good to have go meet. Specializing wise up, rise up. Open all your eyes, not gon' kill them boogie yanker in the street. Some mother, father, daughter, son, no better pack up and come. Play culture lyrics we are fling down. Like you put them on the floor, we won't refuse to give you more. Long time we don't hear this, I'm sure. Comfy and chain, no mind with double of all kind. Culture I want gruesome, fine, fine. This time, so give it a beat, comfy clean up the corner. Scamp on your feet, ready for purge of the yard. Lord, God of the God, beat, comfy clean up the corner. your feet, ready for the purge of the yard. Culture, Savior and Lord. We set the highest standard, you know. Hear them sit down, that's all no business, they take on to the dogs. Cats and rats and hog. Mickey Mouse is dirty stuff, come out them a chop enough. What serious said those who empire must fall. This rock on which your DJ sing and rap was not attained by sniffing coke and smoking crack. If your brain a lapse, try go dig up some facts. All the veteran and for blood, I put this music on the map. So give it a beat, come and clean up the town. Stamp on your feet, ready for birds of the yard. Lord God, beat, come and clean up the town. Stamp on your feet, ready for birds of the yard. Culture, Savior and Lord. We set the highest standard. Yeah, we ready to take it on, ready to take it high. And no matter how them try, this music not gonna die. Steady we rock the world, the beat we have a pearl. Inspiration, give inspiration with no date for expiration. This music on vibration got the healing of the nation. They got the stepping wheel of the spear, they all lay the foundation. So now they might keep cry out expansion for the program. Give it a beat, give it clean up the corner. Stamp on your feet, ready for purge of the yard. Lord, how did he God beat? Give it clean up the corner. Stamp on your feet, ready for purge of the yard. Culture, Savior and Lord. We set the highest standard, yo. So give it a beat. To clean up the corner. Stamp on your feet, ready for purge of the yard. Lord, how did he God beat? How did he God beat? How did he God beat?
This is your very own sports, music, and lifestyle podcast with Flavius and Franco. Welcome.
Yes, indeed. Welcome back to the Real Stuff Podcast. We have Flavius on the line this morning. How you doing, Flavius?
Yes, I'm doing very well, thank you. Yes.
What's up?
Good morning, listeners. Good morning, Joyce. Good morning, all. Good to be here this morning.
I know.
Yeah, man, it's wonderful morning.
You sound joyful.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Today is a joyful day.
Yeah, between last night and this morning, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Events that make you perk up, you know what I mean?
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, man. So, feeling good.
You had sent me a text last night about something that was going on TVJ.
Yeah, but you didn't see it, eh?
I tried to pick it up, but I don't know if That was the stuff you were talking about, like a panel discussion.
Yeah, man.
But that was
all about school reopening, and of course they had the two telecoms there, you know, buffering themselves around to answer the questions.
the two telecom carriers.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. And then the other minister of education, the president of the Teachers Association. It was a high-level panel.
Oh.
All about the reopening of school and what's going to happen, you know, and the whole thing about the online schooling, you know, because I mean we are so ridiculous, you know. We are saying that we're going to do online schooling because we don't want face to face. And yet, some schools are demanding that the students come in for orientation.
Okay.
And the minister is saying, no, that is not allowed. I want to pick them in school. Whatever orientation you do it like how the lesson I go do online.
But let me ask a question now. So, is the whole island wired up now with the internet?
No, not fully. They're working at pace though. They didn't mention. Well, they didn't go into the whole thing that I heard about. You know, with the cable. That she did mention some delivery of content on cable, but not. You know, it wasn't exhausted, and nobody really
elaborate on it.
After the on that, because they really don't know what they tell you. She was putting the emphasis on the telecoms. And they are saying that they are collecting more people now that doing all kind of this and all kind of that. So believe it or not, the place will be wired. The place will be wired. Because everybody feeling the pressure. I mean, the telecom them couldn't answer. I mean, them couldn't give any straight answers last night. I mean, they were just baffling around, you know. Some people in some area where they would normally should have service and don't have none, you know. So both of them taking the person name to try and connect them. It was really nice to see them scrambling.
Well, it coming like it sounded like it was chaotic, like the presidential debate.
It was chaotic in that sense, but the important thing is that they added, and the big players were asked to attend, and they did, and everybody was putting them things on the line, you know. And the Minister of Education was there.
True.
She was a principal person, and then you had another person. I don't know her title. Another person from the ministry also was there. So they were kind of fielding all the questions. They were trying to answer all the questions about remuneration for teachers who have to buy data out of them pockets, you know. But the minister did say at one point in time, and nobody ever followed up to say they are getting internet in schools. Oh, somebody asked a question and say, okay, we do have an internet at home, but the school has internet. Can my daughter go there and do the online training? That was not answered directly. The minister said they are getting internet to the schools and the surrounding areas.
Well, tell you what, we're going to continue with that after. Our guest this morning is on schedule this morning. So,
okay.
we could do the did you know?
Okay.
And then,
okay. Okay, folks. We're still staying with the heads of government, of female heads of government in the Caribbean over time. And we're going to continue until we have spoken about all the ones that we know of. Plus, after that, we have some other fantastic ladies who didn't go that. Yes, our friend one last night. I mean, we have so many of them, you know, and not many people know about them and know about the work that they are doing. So, good morning, Arthur. Please take this away.
Paula May Weeks. Her Excellency Paula May Weeks, 6th President of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. Paula May Weeks is the current and 6th President of Trinidad and Tobago. She took office on the 19th of March 2018 and became the first woman to hold the office of President, and the nation's second female head of state, after Queen Elizabeth II. Early life and education. A former student of Bishop Anstey High School, Port of Spain, Weeks attended the University of the West Indies, Cave Hill, from which she graduated with a Bachelor of Laws degree, and the Hugh Wooding Law School, and was called to the bar in 1982. Career. After graduation she worked in the office of the Director of Public Prosecutions for 11 years, before going into private practice in 1993. She was appointed to the judiciary in 1996 and to the Court of Appeals in 2005, where she served until her retirement in 2016. She served briefly as Acting Chief Justice in 2012 after Acting Chief Justice Wendell Kangaloo was injured in a car accident. In September 2016 Weeks was appointed to the Appeals Court in the Turks and Caicos. On the 5th of January 2018, Weeks, then a judge of the Turks and Caicos Islands Court of Appeal, was put forward as a presidential candidate by the People's National Movement government of Prime Minister Keith Rowley in hopes of reaching a consensus with the United National Congress-led parliamentary opposition of Kamala Persad-Bissessar, which later endorsed her nomination. Her proposal for the post of president was also lauded by political analysts. As Weeks was the only nominated candidate on election day, she was deemed elected without the need for a vote. Weeks was sworn into office as the 6th President of Trinidad and Tobago on the 19th of March 2018. Personal life. She is single and has no children. Charlene Lynette Cartwright Robinson. The Honourable Charlene Lynette Cartwright Robinson, JP Premier, Turks and Caicos Islands. Charlene Lynette Cartwright Robinson, born 1971, is a Turks and Caicos Islands politician and lawyer. She is the first woman ever to become deputy head of the People's Democratic Movement, and the first woman to become leader of the opposition in the Turks and Caicos Islands. Early life and education. Cartwright Robinson was born in the Bahamas to Turks and Caicos Islands parents who were working there and was issued with a Bahamian passport. Her family returned to the Turks and Caicos Islands when she was 6. She is a graduate of the Pearson High School, now Marjorie Basden High. A former head girl, valedictorian, and 1988 recipient of the Governor's Cup. Cartwright Robinson later attended the University of the West Indies, Cave Hill campus and the Norman Manley Law School. Career. Cartwright Robinson was formerly an appointed member of the Legislative Council, in which capacity she chaired a variety of committees. She stood as a candidate in the 2003 election but was defeated. After self-government in the Turks and Caicos Islands was suspended in 2009, she became a member of the Consultative Forum. She was removed from that position in May 2012 after Governor Rick Todd indicated that people planning to run in the November election should not continue to sit on the Advisory Council or the Consultative Forum. In July, Cartwright Robinson was named the first ever female deputy leader of the People's Democratic Movement, under leader Oswald Skippings. In the 2012 election, she successfully ran as one of 11 candidates for the 5 at-large seats in the All-Island District. In November 2012 she was appointed leader of the opposition. Cartwright Robinson led her People's Democratic Movement to a 10-5 victory in the 15th of December 2016 general election. On the 19th of December 2016, she was sworn in as the first female premier of the Turks and Caicos Islands. Personal life. Cartwright Robinson is Baptist. She has served as youth director of the Turks and Caicos Islands Baptist Union since 2006. In 2012 she also became president of the Caribbean Baptist Fellowship's Youth Department, making her ex officio a member of the CBF Executive Board as well as a vice president of the Baptist World Alliance Youth Committee. She is also an active member of the Kiwanis Club. Cartwright Robinson is married to Lorne Robinson, and is the proud mother of 2 girls. I am Arthur Kaiser with today's Did You Know?
Yes, indeed. That was Arthur with Did You Know? Did You Know? Brought to you courtesy of Slowly Jamaica, uniquely the Caribbean, uniquely Caribbean. Flavius, it's a joyful day. In the meantime,
very much so.
In the meantime, while we give you some background music, let's link up with Coach Valney Brown. Don't go nowhere, we'll be right back. Our special guest this morning is none other than Coach Valney Brown, affectionately known as Coach Brown or Val. I know him personally because I once was under his wings. Morning, Coach Brown.
Hey, how are you this morning?
Good. So is everything with you and the family?
Hey, family is doing good. So far, we have to give thanks for the mercies. But everything is okay so far.
Glad to know that. I'll get that out the way. So today we're going to talk about football because I know that's your specialty. And
yeah.
You're very passionate about it, especially for those who don't know, especially when it comes to Jamaica football. This man,
that's
this man, have it in his blood, Jamaica football. You know, funny. I was talking to somebody recently. I'm gonna say, I was talking to somebody recently, and you remember 1998 World Cup?
Right.
You were the manager for the team.
Reggae Tiger.
What them call it? Reggae Tiger. Yes.
Yeah.
Somebody brought it to my attention, said that the person under the suit was what's his name? Fancy Cat?
What? No, Wally Walters.
Oh, Wally Walters. Okay.
Yeah,
Yes. So I was like, whoa, because I remember you were the manager.
Yeah.
I never even know all that. You know, carry management.
Yeah, I remember. I had other management business wise with Burdines and Garden Marsh and same application is applied in most of the areas. There's a couple of things.
Yeah, and but Mervyn too. Don't forget Mervyn. Don't forget Mervyn. I remember that. You remember you was one of the department or store manager at the time. Yes.
Yes.
So football. come to football, you've been doing a lot of management also with Woodham. At the time, it was Woodham.
Right.
Before
no more lines.
No more lines. Now tell me, what's going on with football in Jamaica, Val?
Well, let's take a deep breath and sigh. We have to hope that the Premier League gets started and see if they implemented something where no team can be regulated in the next 3 years. It should be a good thing, but for the better part, they need to start implement something where you have players in the US, for instance, of Jamaica, like I did 2013 with the girls, and they want to go and represent a club. They need to have a leeway where these players can come in and make a valuable contribution to the sport. One, most of the players here are what I would describe a little bit more disciplined in their measures, that they can kind of impart it to our local players. Because, for instance, when you bring a local player here, I have one right now, he just left Harborview. He doesn't know anything about punctuality. That norm is when he reaches practice at Harborview, he reaches. He is at 6. And if you come 6:15, I'll give you 15 minutes grace. Then you have to practice. So they're not doing stuff like that. So that punctuality, when they go to clubs, is one of the things that gets most Jamaican players. Another thing that gets them is they don't interact well with others. Okay. And that's one. So Jamaica football needs to adhere to some of the stuff. I remember 20 was 2000 when my mom passed, and I went to Jamaica. I went to football Kasasa. And I had to take a look at what US is doing. And let's try to implement it as best as possible. And I was told I'm too Americanized. You can check the records. I don't want to say win or loss, but how many times have we beat the United States since 2000 to 2020? These are stuff that needs to be taken seriously and to be implemented in our programs for the youngsters to learn what it takes to be in a different environment and to learn aspects of if he or she wants to go professional. Like, for instance, another example, our national female captain, Kanya Plum, she was removed from our national team by Coach Maron, along with men and Lon and all of them. They were in Tampa. They sent her home. When they sent her home, I remember when I got Magic Jack to come on board, I had asked Magic Jack personally to help with the Reggae Girls program. When they sent her, when I think she played in that game against Magic Jack, 2013, 14, somewhere in there, I looked at her and I said, but this kid has a lot of potential. This kid can go places. And when I heard that she was sent home back to St. Mary in a place called Epsom, which is way in the bushes, I searched through my son Diego to find that he's from St. Mary.
What was that, Val? What?
Pardon me?
What you said a while ago?
The national
what did you say a while ago?
Our national female captain.
No, you said she sent to Epsom in the bushes.
Yeah, all the way in the bushes, because I know that the country.
No, I just want to point out that that statement is not true at all. Because I live right beside Epsom, and Epsom is right on the main road.
No, you're not.
It is. It is.
I went up there myself. I used to supply juice in St. Mary, St. Anne, all the way around. So I know the area. But the front part is on the road. But when you go into the bush, into Epsom, into the back part of Epsom, I know the whole of them areas because I used to supply them with. So that's where she's from. You would not go up inside there if you don't have an occasion up there. Most people, you and I may go there because it's no St. Mary. But a Franco would drive past you 100 times and never turn inside you.
Mm-hmm.
And
No,
these are the
you
facts.
wouldn't go in there unless you have a reason. But I think you give the wrong impression. Your statement give the wrong impression.
Oh, well,
Because
that's the
I
case
live
then.
right there. I live in Enfield, right beside Epsom.
Right, because I when I go to Jamaica, I go to St. Mary and I stay up in Epsom. That house across the street next to the river where Canyon play. There's something
Yeah,
a guest house there.
I am just offended with the statement.
Well, don't take it personal. It's just our expression from our people as when you off the mean and you up in the bushes.
It's not a good expression. I can tell you that.
Well, you know what I mean? Literally speaking,
okay, we can move on, but I'm just voicing, my dissatisfaction with that statement.
You're entitled to that, but you know what I mean, this is how people look at it. And if you ask 9 out of 10 Jamaican, they say that's in the bushes. But to make a long story short, when I took her back to the United States, that she was removed from the team, I took the time out to meet with her dad via the telephone, got her here, got her situated where she could understand what traveling from point A to point B is, what going to big tournaments are required, how to present yourself, how to do what you have to do in order to excel. And something that needs to be done with our program. Like, for instance, a couple of days ago, I had 3 girls from Denham Town, which is downtown Kingston. Franco, you can have another. That's ready to go to college on full ride. Now they're experiencing a different way of life instead of just laying down here.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, go ahead.
Instead of, being down.
I'm hearing you, Val. Go.
Yeah. I said, instead of being down in Denham where they, life is kind of on the rough side. You don't want to say words that don't take offensively. But you and I know, Franco, that we have Kingston and St. Andrew. It's pretty tough, especially these days. One of the two of the right now lost their cousins and they lost their brothers in violence. So, we have to put them out, had to take them out. They're in school right now, and they're doing very good. They're settled in, and they're doing extremely well with their schoolwork, getting straight A's in school.
True.
While they were in Jamaica, down in Denham Town, they could barely pass a class. So these are things that we have to take care of. We don't need offense to it. It's a reality, but we have to fix it.
True. Hey, one of the things that I've noticed, and it's just 2 years ago, and I was looking at it through the likeness of the DeCosta Cup and the Manning Cup tournaments, and I keep asking the question: where do these these high school players go from there? I know them. They select the best to play all Manning versus all DeCosta. And then after that, you don't even hear some of them names no more in the Premier League.
For you and I and what's his name played ball in Jamaica. There is no avenue for us. Just imagine we in Jamaica play, and when we finish playing, where do we go from there? There's not an avenue opened up for us. You know what I mean? So what I personally do, like Franco, a couple of 2 years ago, we brought the technical high school team to South Florida. The entire they won the Western Cup. They played 3 games against 3 professional teams, and they got very good looks. So this is what Kashka Jones and myself did, along with you, Franco, and the rest of the stats people did. We gave them that opportunity to come to the United States, play some ball, get recognition. The goalkeeper was offered to play for American Heritage. He had to take it. So there's an opportunity there for them to come, and once they come here, people will see them because we have the natural talent. There's no if, there's no ands, there's no buts. But how do we end it? You talk about the Manning Cup and the Costa Cup. there is no transition from Manning Cup or the Classic Cup for these youngsters. Absolutely not. So what happens? You hear that, the ball man, the ball at this, the ball at Canatis, the ball at that, the ball at that. Where he had an opportunity, he had gotten an opportunity to come here, for instance, or elsewhere, and do something positive with his skills that he's blessed with. We would have seen more Usain Bolt in soccer, in more Shelley and Fritz of soccer. We would see more Baby Gardner, Pepe Goodison, Walter Boyd. We would see a lot more. But there is no transition for these youngsters. And then they're stuck. They're pretty much stuck. They're pretty much stuck. All right, let's go a little bit further. Like Andre Blake. When I was sent to Jamaica to look at him by the coaching staff, take a look at this youngster from to find out what's going on with him. When you check him, he had absolutely good grades. He's one of the most outstanding keepers I've ever seen in my life.
Okay.
And when I made it back to the head coach, I said, hey, this kid is awesome. He's going to be something to reckon with. There he is today in the MLS. He's now the national captain for Jamaica. But he has gotten a chance to go to the University of Connecticut, settle himself in, and make something of himself. Sergio Campbell, another former national captain for Jamaica. He went to the University of Connecticut. He got drafted in the MLS. There's a Jamaican that lives here in Fort Lauderdale. He never played a day in Jamaica. His name is Ricardo Blake. We took care of him. He went to school. He did what he had to do and got drafted in the MLS. So there's opportunity for them if the opportunity is presented and they grasp it. But there's no transition from Manning Cup and the Classic Cup.
Yeah,
it's a dull and into the Premier League. The Premier League mostly have 18, 20 people already. But we have to set up something for these youngsters to do a continuation after Manning Cup, after the Classic Cup, and watch what we can do if we get these 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds, keep them together, mold them, not only when we want the under 23 program, but we have to have something that when they finish the Classic Cup and Manning Cup, we can mold them to a college wants to offer them a scholarship. He or she look and say, yes, they're ready. This is what has to be done. In order for now, look, we go to England and we fight for the kids in England. They are coming to a program. The team that went to the World Cup recently, female, if it's 10 girls on the field, 7 are U.S. players.
You mean 7? When you say U.S. players, they played games, college, both college.
And they're American born in Jamaican.
Oh, okay. I never know that.
Yeah. If you look at the starting 11, you had Kanye Plummer, you had Khadijah Shaw, I think Joe Brown as 3 starters in Jamaican. Jamaican. The rest are American Jamaican.
What about this starter, the young lady who used to go to Tennessee?
That's Khadijah Shaw.
Oh, Shaw. Okay. She's the one from Spanish Town, right?
Yeah, Bonnie. She used to go to Jago.
Okay. No.
He came up in 2013, 14 when we did the
okay.
We did the Reggae Girls program.
So what is going on with that program? Is the program still active or the program no longer in existence?
Reggae Girl?
Yeah, the Reggae Girls.
They're pretty much still in existence. They had a dismal show recently after coming out of the World Cup. They didn't ask them, but I think they can bounce back from that if the right things are done. When I say the right things are done, to get the right kind of coaches. The girls are playing college ball. The girls are playing pros. They know what is what. You don't just get it because he's a friend of Val giving the coaching job. You have to get somebody that the players, as thank God, you know, when you play for me, you would go to heaven for me, right? We have to find coaches when Coaches don't feel it, the players lift them up. When the players don't feel it, the coaches can't lift them up. So now that bond between players and coaches is so good that you're gonna get results on the field. You can't just win the World Cup and get 9-0 from Canada. That's not a good mark. That coach should have been fired immediately. We should look immediately for his replacement.
I know you have hands-on with students, players coming from Jamaica to the US. You will make sure you put them up and get them comfortable so they can perform here. And you talk about the transition from the Costa Cup, Manning Cup. In Jamaica, there's nothing for them there unless they come to the States to continue further their education. There was a goalkeeper, you remember, from Stats. And I think he plays for Cavaliers.
Oh, Leroy Grant.
Yes. No. The one that when Stats went to the Manning Cup finals against JC and they lost.
Dane White.
There you go. Where is he now?
He's at Cavaliers. He was at Humble Lions. I tried my best to get him to go to the UConn, University of Connecticut. I tried to get him to go to check down Dexter University. But the things that's going on with these youngsters in Jamaica, everybody's telling you that they have an agent. And only 2% go pro. So these kids are tied up, wrapped up in this pro program. So when college coaches contact them now, they can't go to colleges because they're getting paid in the Premier League. And they have an agent. So now they've been wrapped up like a Christmas toy and then set aside for Christmas. That never comes. You know what I mean? I've seen it. I've spoken to them. I've talked to them time and time again. Hey, pro me one. No. The professional rank is not as easy as you think. You have to get somewhere okay. For instance, they come here. They go to college. They get the proper training. Get themselves fully prepared for that special occasion. And when they go to that situation, now they can handle themselves. Now they understand getting up in the 20 below 0 degrees for training. They know what that is. I have a copy of the book, and he says, when they had that morning training and Andre would run, he said, Andre, I'm going to let out the dart, and Andre would be the first person to run to the front of the line. He never used to this cold atmosphere coming from Florida and Jamaica where it's hot. He's not used to this. But he did necessary adjustment, and he excelled. There's a lot more kids in Jamaica that can do the same, given the opportunity. Okay, look, first of me, I came from Jamaica straight here to Miami, Florida. Did my team at Kickers United. And then I realized, again, you can take this thing further. And then I moved North Florida. And
that's where most of the football play.
Right. And then what you realize is the atmosphere of Miami then and then was two different things.
Yeah.
I had to learn the whole process over. But the thing about me, I had a drive to want to do it. And because I did what I did, and I excelled to the point where now I run Inter Florida FC here in Fort Lauderdale, which is doing very good. In a nutshell, that's it. You know what I mean? It's getting the kids out, get them over here. I have 2 or 3 coming in a couple of days. Coming to stay amongst me to help them to get through a channel to get them somewhere where they can be seen, because it makes no sense they stay on the island. If for one, I have 2 students right now in Jamaica that are U.S. citizens.
One of the things that I'm concerned about, and it's really about the whole growth of Jamaica football right now. It's stagnant. And it's stagnant because I am blaming the JFF because they're not doing the right thing to get the Premier League and to grow those leagues. grow it to a sense where it look more professional instead of trying to start another league?
Here is something that's going to happen. Very, there's a Caribbean league based with a lot of Europe past players. Word out that one of our legendary second athlete, he'll be a part of it. And if that's so, and if they do it like I was told by one of our legends, Lenny Taylor, for the plan going forward with that, then this will give opportunity to the youngsters to excel. Hopefully they come through with it.
It's a Caribbean league?
Yes, it's like something like the MLS. Well, this is going to give Caribbean kids the opportunity from Trinidad, Barbados, Jamaica, Antigua, Haiti, the rest of the world, the rest of the Caribbean and its environment, to get that opportunity to play some ball so they can be seen. Why our football is stagnated in Jamaica? It is simple. I spoke to Carl Brown a couple of days ago. He said everybody wants to reinvent the wheel. The wheel is already there. What we need to do is oil the wheel, and the wheel will run. And it's simple. If we do the things that we did in 1998, because like he said, the biggest thing ever happened to Jamaica is to prove to Jamaica that it could be done. 1998 was something that told us that, hey, we've been there. But since that, 30 years, 28 years, or 27 years since, we have not been able to go back to that Mount Russell. The World Cup.
And why is that? Why is that?
A couple of things can be put together. Who is doing a proper development of the youngsters on the island? And that's where it all started. Okay, not don't get nobody from England and USA to go to Jamaica. So the youth in Jamaica is the key to attract the British American or the Jamaican American or the German Jamaican come to play for Jamaica. It's all about the Jackie Brown, the Shorty Malcolm, the Pepe Goodison, Linval Gibson, the Aaron Lawrence, the Warren Barrett, the Andy Williams, the Gregory Mason. Those were the people that made it all possible to show us that, hey, if we put in what we need to put in, we can do it.
Yeah, because we only had like 5 overseas players on that team, right? At the time.
It was 3 first.
3 first.
Burton All and Simpson. And then the rest came along. But with the work of a Pepe Goodison, Walter Boyd, and Andy Lowe, and the rest of those guys, they showed us that this can be done. Then what we had a strong-headed coach at the time named Carl Brown that was adamant that you have to put in the hard work in order to reach success. And it worked. He doesn't get a lot of credit for it, but it worked. Had he not done what he did, it would not have been recognized. So we need another Carl Brown kind of coach down in Jamaica who's going to gather the youngsters, get them prepared. It's not what you come to practice when you feel like. Is that you get yourself properly ready. So when the coach calls upon you, you're fully prepared. 2.
So let me ask you something, Val. Are you in favor of having an outside coach to coach Jamaica national team?
Sorry, Glenn? All right, let me tell you something, and I'm going to be honest with you. I have worked with every international team that comes to this country. Every single international team. If you come inside my house right now and I show you stuff, you'll be shocked. I've worked with Falcao. I've worked with Messi, Neymar, Suarez, Rakitic, Cueva, Fafan, and the list goes on and on. I've worked alongside them because my boss runs a facility where they come all the time, hotel and field, all in one. So when teams come Ecuador, Salvador, Guatemala, Jamaica, Trinidad. And when you look And to be honest, when you look at how the US, when you look at how they do their stuff in comparison to how our coach does this stuff, it's night and day. So, in order for us to excel, what we need to do is to bring someone. Don't just bring anybody. Bring someone that's going to show him or her the right way how to get it done. That can get to the next level. If you see the US next level, that is at the senior team or senior team have some kind of training. So if you're going to bring, okay, let's for instance, you're going to bring in a national coach from Denmark, and you see success. Can he transcend what he has to the local in Jamaica? Are they going to be acceptable of it? Are they going to accept it? All right. These are factors that we have to look through. Our local coach has done a tremendous job to where it's at right now. But personally speaking, based on what I have seen and what I have worked with, he's 10 days behind. It's just the fact. He's behind the 9 ball. We talk about 8 ball, he's behind the 9 ball. In the terms of coaching. When you see US national come out and they set up the training session, and you look at our training session with our national players, it makes you wonder. You think, where are we going with this? But if you can have our national coach right there with anybody that's coming in, and he or she is willing to learn, and that's where a lot of people say, oh, we can't be Coach Brown. Oh, we can't be Coach Brown. Because I sit down and I learn and I watch these guys. I see how they implement and how they get the result. I'm willing to learn. So I sit there and I look and I listen and I learn. This is what's needed with our national program. I don't like the idea of saying, oh, bringing in a coach down. If we can bring in somebody that's going to teach what we don't know, because we don't know everything. And we have to be fair with that. You look at Doc Rivers, LA Clippers, it's a business. He does not produce, you're out of there. If you're producing to the extent where we have the Caribbean and we win the Caribbean Cup, when it comes to the national level where it goes higher, are we ready for that?
So, when it comes to the selection of the team with players from overseas who you mentioned have the Jamaican American connection or the Jamaican German connection, are you in favor of them being on the team? Or?
Yes. Why? You remember my opening statement of kind of teaching us as Jamaicans what the requirements are for the next level. They bring professionalism. I remember when Jamaica played Peru and all the boys were arguing about not getting paid in the locker room, and they came out to the bus and I was standing there. I remember Frank Sinclair saying to them, hey boys, this is your job. You ought to get paid, boys. Go get your money. Go get your money. They are telling us that this is your job. So if you demanding your money, don't just come out here and argue about it. Go inside there and confront about your money. You ought to get paid. I remember that. I will never forget that. Players were arguing, them get their money and they won't be playing. And they're like, no. You all need to get together and go get your money. So they're teaching us something that we know that we're supposed to do, but we're scared of doing it because, okay, if I open my mouth, I'll be kicked out of the national program and I won't be able to play again. You already got your captain. You're a national player. You can move on.
No,
so, having international players coming in, it's only going to expand what we do.
Yeah, but sometimes, there's some they come and they go, they don't stay.
Well, like I said, Franco, when Frank Sinclair, I spoke to Cargo last night. When Fitzroy Simpson called Dean Burton, Paul Hall, Fitzroy Simpson, and Dean Burton came. They were down in Jamaica playing dominoes, sitting on a mango tree eating mango. They were a part of the Jamaica program. If we're going to have people like that that's coming in to be a part of, and not mean that, oh, I'm a cocky millionaire footballer from England or Germany or France, but my parents are Jamaican, then it won't work. We have to have everybody on the same page. That is how it's going to work. Like Cargo said, let's slice the mango, put it up and then share it up and let everybody eat the same one mango. They understand our culture, and we right there and there we're adapting their culture. So by working together, by interacting with each other, that's what the chemistry. When they go on the field, they understand that, hey, this is one mango that we share, which is the ball. And we have to share it even amongst men. And we got the result that we wanted.
Okay.
If you're going to players, because you're bringing Coach Brown, and he's a millionaire, and he's like that little player down there don't mean it. No. You have to bring somebody who's a millionaire that values the little man at the bottom.
I want to know something about this present state of the Premier League and the clubs now involved as to how they have been affected by the COVID-19 thing. What are the future for Premier League right now on these clubs?
Well, let's hope. I heard that the cases are rising in Jamaica, and I spoke to my president Corruption last. Said they're going to do something pretty much like the bubble. We played at Sabina Park and another venue. I can't remember which other venue we used to. And if they can get that done, then we'll have the teams play, tested, and all that stuff, and then we can do the league, which is a very good, very, very good idea to do it just like the bubble. See, we're learning from overseas, we're learning from the way. So that's what I'm talking. So
but
we can get that.
But do these clubs have the money to put these players into a bubble?
There's the thing. I got it from my chairman in an interview last week, and they got a $1.2 million to help. So, I don't know what the corporate sponsorship is like, but if they're going to do something like that, they must have secure corporate sponsorship. They have to have corporate sponsorship. It's going to be expensive. The corporate sponsorship is a must. So, talking to my president, the money that they got, that's something from their big help in paying down on their costs. We are already starting to feed them. We started a program up and running. So hopefully we can have an awesome season like we had last year and look forward to a real good league.
We know that football in Jamaica get television coverage, but it's not as how other leagues throughout the world get their television coverage and make money off of television. Because the television making money, so the clubs get money also. That is not in Jamaica football right now.
All right. On that aspect, I don't know how they go about doing that. But if you can get live streaming companies to streamline things, and your people that you have as your sponsors get advertising and commercially bound out of it, then you're going to see people jumping on board because people don't back losers, they back winners. And if it's best, then they will be coming on board in more than one way. So what we have to do is for TV rights and how it's done, I don't know who does the marketing aspect of it. But if they should be able to connect with overseas people that does marketing and TV rights and the rest of it. And that's where it goes from there. You know what I mean? Like I said, we keep on learning and we will continue learning. If we can get people You have people right here in the United States that are involved in streaming games and all that stuff. They're Jamaicans. So when you talk to them and say, are you going to get involved? No, I don't want to get involved in Jamaica. I said, where are you from? Jamaica. I said, if they send you home tomorrow, where are you going to go? Jamaica. Well, so let's get involved in Jamaica. Because if they come tomorrow morning and tell us to pack our bags, we have to go back on the rock. So it's that you have people that can come in and help, but for some reason they have a very bad taste of the JFF.
That's what I was going to come to. There's something about the JFF that I know a lot of people don't like.
All right, that has to change.
Yeah, why is the governing body of the football of Jamaica so toxic?
All right. Some people look at it currently, but the last interview I radio program with our current Gen Secretary, he said, and this is like 4 years ago, they came in with a $300 million debt. They took up something. I'm not precise on that, don't quote me. But the interview said they took over a program which is $300 million in debt. He never said US or Jamaican. But if you took over an organization that's $300 million in debt, it doesn't make sense to me why you want to be there in the first place. But chances are they knew how to get some money. It simply means that we have been logging back from way back in regards to money. Now, one of the things that everybody, one of the easiest way for somebody to give you the name that you don't want, they call bad name, is money. For me personally, a forensic audit, not my friend coming to audit me to tell me that I'm good. A forensic audit of the JFF should be done, and must be done. That way, if I have a friend who is a millionaire, and I said, I want you to help Jamaica for me, he does not hesitate because he knows, hey, if I give them 100,000 US, it's going to go in the right. But once people see transparency and accountability, that will change.
Yeah.
This is what you have to do. There's bad people in every organization, and there's good people in every organization.
True.
Now, what we do, and you pluck them out, like you plant your grass, and it's growing. And when you look in the grass, you see some weeds popping up. What would you do?
Pull them out.
Pull them out. So now we have to go into our garden and pluck it out. Pluck out the bad weeds. And when we pluck out the bad weeds and you replace it with something else, you make sure that thing that you replace it is not the same bad weed. And it's very, very important because you talk to 9 or 10 people and say they don't want to have nothing to do with the JFF.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know, it's
a reputation out here. And to be honest with you,
and it brings me back to the whole. It brings me back to the whole argument I keep asking people. Why is it the government, the governing sports body of Jamaica, cannot step in and reshuffle JFF or organize it? And people keep telling me because of FIFA. How the hell FIFA get into this?
No, people are governing body that don't believe in government. Maybe because we've seen what happened with FIFA past and what they've done with the organization. That's the main reason. They always get caught corrupt, right? You name them. That's how the rest of them, they get caught corrupted.
Yeah, but,
so they don't want to go.
But that's the thing. If FIFA figures that the government is corrupting, going corrupt the sports, themselves should not tell me if I'm the government and I'm giving my football organization funding every time we set up our budget. Why is it if I see them doing shabby things, I can step in and say, no, this is not how it's supposed to function? It has,
also, you have to remember
it's not like they're getting involved to tell them how to run it. They're getting involved to tell them, say, changes need to make if you're feeling.
Mr. Fogg, you have to remember the political side of it too. That is a major, major factor. The political side of it. So sometimes, oh, this party, so they want this. So that party, so they want that. So you have to understand people's line that they draw in the sand.
You know, and when I look at it, I'm looking at look at the countries them now that are under, we call it, dictatorship rule. Don't them help run them football governing body?
Yeah, because there's no other, there's no
and them involved in a FIFA, so I mean, I understand how, you know, FIFA see other countries government getting involved for sure. Them say see that you step up, because remember, FIFA went off of Trinidad, you know, and tell Trinidad say it's either them step up or we do certain things, you know, for make we in charge. Yeah. And it's the same thing I see happening to Jamaica.
Is it what happened, Franco? And we have to be honest. When we used to play football, let's see if we get a little bit of everything, and some orange, some tangerine. We took care of ourselves. We knew what we wanted, so we went out there. We got it. Now these guys that are running football, they want $100 million to do what? Why is it that football gets so expensive?
Television.
Why is it? If we remember back in the days, Franco, we never had more than one black and white TV and everybody run to watch football for that Sunday.
Yeah, but no, everything can stream and televise.
Right. So I can't understand where these guys come up and then you hear we got $1 million US, $200 million Jamaican dollars. But there's accountability and transparency lack. So what we need from our honorable minister or whoever running Jamaica is to call a meeting and to listen. Our image is not good. We had our girls just reach the World Cup finals and they had to be fighting for their money. This does not look good on us. We need to fix this. And by all means necessary, we're going to fire you. We're going to get you out of here. We have to show transparency and accountability, which is what is lacking in most areas. I could go in depth, you know, because there are people inside that give me.
And that's what I'm saying. Why is it?
We need to get under the rug. You know, when you lift up the rug, you see all that dirt. We need to lift up this rug and sweep out the dirt from under the rug and shake out the rug so we can put it back clean. That's what needs to be done. In a couple months, our current secretary says because of Jamaica lost $1 billion. I had to call somebody down in Jamaica to tell us, because there is nowhere in my lifetime of Jamaica spent $1 billion on soccer. What kind of statement is that Jamaica?
$1 billion Jamaican dollars in attack.
But we have never spent $1 billion Jamaican dollars on football, Mr. Fogg. In my 60 years, we have not spent $1 billion Jamaican dollars on soccer. Football.
Well,
so you're going to like that, and it's public statement. It's there on the record.
I just think the whole. My opinion on the whole JFF governing right now is it's deplorable. You understand me? Really deplorable, because they're making some mistakes where if you make that when you go high school, you don't want to make it again when you work with a big major company. And that's the mistakes I see them making. You understand me? And it just look totally terrible for people outside looking in. And there are a lot of people, a lot of Jamaicans, I'm not going to say people, a lot of Jamaicans I've spoken to, and they said, you know, one of the things what we need is JFF for remodel. It's for remake.
All right.
Them get out everybody and put in people who really love and want to grow football in Jamaica.
So far, if we go back, we can remember two of our administrators that was slapped with a 6-month ban by FIFA for being in stuff, right? So from then, not just now, from then, there is a red line on Jamaica and Jamaicans and what they do. And Franco, to be honest with you, you and I, living in this country here, we hear it every day. I'm sitting in rooms with people and I also cook it. It hurts my heart to hear people talk about our people, because when I was growing up as a youngster in Jamaica, you have one and two look about people. But it's so rampant now that you sit down and you we would never do anything with Jamaica because Jamaicans cannot be trusted. These are that we have to live with and change it until we get the right people in place. Or once we see transparency and accountability, then we can move forward. People are not going to trust us. I remember Jamaica coaching at one point, and I remember the Honorable Prime Minister gave the NHT money to a past president. The NHT is a public entity that's supposed to provide houses for poor people. And you take the NHT money and you give it to the JSF. How is it possible on God's green earth? These are the things. Some people look at it and say it is just 4 years ago since Michael Ricketts was president. No. Let's look back at some of the things that brought us to where we're at now. This is the problem. Like I tell you, what Jamaica needs, like when I first met Magic Jack, and I went to his game, I met Carly Lloyd, Rapinoe, Hope Solo, Abby Wambach. We had a young lady there, her name was Cornelia Davis, and all these players. And they are fully taken care of. Now, what Jamaica needs, and I'm going to be frank, and they're going to kill me for this, but let me straight up. It don't need me that wants to take $1 from the JFS. It needs Mr. Jones who's going to come and give 100,000 to the JFS. But when he or she gives that 100,000 US, it must be spent in its appropriate way. No false papers, no second books. We had an incident in France recently. You don't hear anybody talk about it. One of our football delegates went there and shoplifted. You don't hear anything about it. It's swept under the rug. These are things marring us as Jamaican and our football federation and our football entity at large. Those things have to be cleaned up. We have to get people inside here that when they say transparency, here you go, here's your book. Check here, do your paper trail, this is where the money goes. I have a man right here, that I asked him, I said, hey, help Jamaica. And he hooked up some people, and right away they try to get around him to get to the money, and that doesn't argue well.
So that's what I tell you. Say that the organization is just toxic. People don't want to deal with them. Because they just figure that the present body right now need to step out.
This is what I'm saying to you right now. And this is what I say, they're not going to like me. And they will never ever like me. Lock them up. Anywhere you find the ill, okay, once they see the first 2 or 3 people go down, everybody's going to put a brakes on what they do because they're free for all situation.
And that's why I figure the government should step in and not FIFA. Step in and make them clean up their ways.
FIFA is giving you their money under the US federal rules or whatever they have to get. So when they step in, The government in Jamaica has to do what they have to do. They have so much to do. They can step in and have people arrested and take them where they have to take them for trial. Because their money has been misappropriated. You cannot account for the money that we gave.
Well,
Where's the money?
We're going to see what's going to happen in the coming years. When is the next election?
Coming up soon. Should be like next year, somewhere in there.
Okay.
Depending on the situation. But like I said, Mr. Forbes, it's, if you're going to move Mr. Ricketts out and then you're going to bring Mr. Brown in, and Mr. Brown is going to do the same thing like what Mr. Ricketts does. Doesn't make any sense, or Mr. Jones or Mr. Simpson.
Me just I said all of them need to go, the body we're coming with the president need to go and bring in another.
And that's certainly true, because in that sense, like I said before, you may find people that's there doing a complicated, reliable job. What needs to be done is you need to get people inside, infiltrate inside, see what's going on, uncover what's going on, and then you can go, hey, here it is. I have been 5 years that I'm working with them. This is what's been going on. Here is transparency. And once that is done, it's going to be cleaned up. Everybody's going to be, and we can move forward. All
right. Before we leave, give you 2 minutes. Tell me, Mullines, what's Mullines' future? How it look?
Currently, right now, it looks pretty much in the balance. We are looking at players that are wanting to come to join the program, not for just playing ball, but just to lift the program to another level. We have a couple of overseas players that I currently have here that says, hey, coach, if you need help, you will go in. And so that I do know. That we are on a good start. We had a feeding program starting up. All the monies that were owed to the players have been paid up. So everybody's in good nick right now. What needs to happen right now is to find more sponsorship for them for the necessary stuff, like the warm-up gears, running shoes, stuff like that.
Okay.
Make the players. Once the players are confident, you can get the result that you want. Another thing that has changed is that last year you had one person come in and they spent, say, 10,000 US. They want to take over the whole program.
Okay.
They don't want such a. Whereas you have a body of people that's going to see to it that the program is run right and proper. We have spoke to one, Doreen. She used to be the manager for Waterhouse. Very, very transparent. They said they want food for the players. We sent the money. Went and she bought the food, she paid for the food, she sent you a receipt. That's the kind of people you want in the program. You're getting transparency. You send this money, she receives this money, she sends you back a receipt, we receive the money. Here is the bill for the food. And everything plays out in the right and proper way. This is what we need in the Federation. This is what we need for Jamaica. And if you love Jamaica, football, in the best interest of the little ones that's coming up from U8 right now, our grandkids, we, you, me, Franco, and what's his name? We have we have to make that transition. We have to step up to the plate. Hold people accountable for their actions.
True. And before we leave, I want to congratulate you. You have a player who was under your wings is now at Fulham.
Yeah.
So congratulations with that, my friend.
Yeah. Oh, nice kid. He was sent home by the Red Bulls, and I took him and built back the confidence just a little bit. Get him where he's supposed to be. Helped him. First international game he played at our facility against the Cayman. He was like 14 at the time. And I had a same team against the 17. And Cayman never had a goalkeeper, luckily. And I put him in goal for the Cayman Islands, and he was phenomenal. I told him on then, he's gonna go places. So he's gonna sign Alexander Berto. So that's one of my pet peeve right there. I keep him quiet. They don't know what happened to him. Bring him back to where he is right now.
Yeah, man.
I'm happy for him.
Congratulations, Val. And thank you for...
It's a lot of work, Frank.
Yeah, man. I know.
The journey continues.
Yeah, man. Thank you for taking time out of your schedule this morning and come give us...
Something, to be honest with you, I have to thank you for all that you guys have been doing. Bringing and like the stuff that needs to happen. Because it's our little island, it's our rock. If they send us home tomorrow morning, we have nowhere else to go but our rock.
True. And we have a lot of concerned Jamaicans who want to see, the development of the football as well, and the teams do better, and the management of the whole, functioning body, step up and do them work and make sure say when players are travel, them have a logistic person in charge who can, make sure so them book proper hotels for them and say that they get to the destination days before the game so them can get enough rest and things like that.
We close out. I was talking to Donovan Fan captain Jamaica. Fan said this is nothing new.
Exactly.
Fan said even to Trinidad, Jamaica's team, and they throw them in a barracks. On the barracks, he stood up and he said, "Now, the team is not going to travel like that. The next time he comes home, he was omitted from the national program." So this has been something that's been going on for quite some time.
And it's time them stop, Val.
All it does right now, it gets bigger. That's all there is to it.
And it's time it stop. It's time it stop. You have to fix. If we want the football for function and people for show interest and, because not everybody, there's a lot of people, a lot of Jamaicans I know, want to put money in it, but them have to see, where it will develop.
If you look at Magic Jack, when Magic Jack brought the girls here, he paid all their. You have other people that would love to help out our program. But we can't have people when it's okay, come take a look at what we have, and when they come, it's oh my, this is that.
Yeah, man, bad management. So, all right then, Val, take care of yourself. There's a guest on the program this morning also who's sending you some shout out. Valney Brown, enough blessings from Toilet. I don't hear you.
I said, appreciate you guys a lot and thanks for having me.
Oh, man, you're welcome anytime.
Good.
All right. Walk safe, my brother. That was Coach Valney Brown giving us his views on the football in Jamaica, and that's his strong views, I can tell you that. So Flavius.
Yes, sir.
I know you never participated. That's a subject of yours, but next time we know you'll get your 2 bits in.
No, I didn't want any bit in this morning, because what we speak about every day is respect. Our talking about yesterday, the whole idea, you're born for somewhere, you go to school and you do well. And when you go for a job, you cannot put your address in, And that's that direct relationship to what happened this morning. We don't have any I mean, Jamaica is one piece of rock spit out by a volcano, surrounded by the sea. So everywhere on this island must be respected. So I will not allow anybody to come on this program and lego negatives about anywhere, any place in Jamaica. I think we have a bad habit, especially people who live overseas. They cannot talk with his ear off.
But it's experience too, with some of them experience, So you're going to hear it. Trust me, you're going to hear it.
No, but we have to learn respect.
It's going to show, but I'm telling you, it's from experience. To people going to talk about them experience of Jamaica. I'm not going to even go no further with it.
No. This is not about experience. This is about not respecting where the young lady comes from.
Because
that's what I'm talking about.
He said she live up in the bush, the bushy areas. Yeah. He go up there and know the place.
Them carry and left her in the bush. The bush is a great place, but not when it is said in that negative tone.
I don't think he meant it like that. Him don't mean it like that.
Yeah, man, he did. He's very condescending. Very condescending. I mean, I live right beside Epsom, and feel is right beside Epsom, So
I don't know the place. I don't know the place, but I'm not going to even go no further with it. I'm not going to debate you because I don't know the place.
He could have said the same for Enfield because MC and FC is the same place basically. But it doesn't matter where. We have to stop this condescending thing. We have to respect everybody from everywhere. We cannot do things like that. And another talk to one time animals, them can't down St. Elizabeth and they don't know where to go. If it was New York, he'll be fine, This whole condescending thing of Jamaica, man, and Jamaica worth nothing unless it's Kingston. That needs to stop, man. We have to put a stop to it.
Jamaicans in Jamaica doing the same thing too with other parish. So I understand your feeling. I understand your feeling. But
and I will not tolerate from nobody.
But the man I describe where him see. You understand me, sir?
No. There are other ways to describe it. I mean, basically him saying she's Jamaica captain and she shouldn't be there.
No. The man that said, them treat her.
Yes, that is all them treat.
He was saying, them treat her.
I am not against what he's saying about his experience with what others did to her because they have done that to other people. His description of where she lived, it's like say, she's this, and then Cargo left her a back a wall. It's that kind of connotation it have.
He was describing how they put her. Well, you know what? I'm not going to go into it. So make us leave that. Make we leave that, okay? Because it done gone. That's not for me and you for going right now. So
no, it really offended me. It offended me. That's all I can say. It offended me.
All right then. Point taken. So with that, let's get out of here. If you don't have anything else to say.
Yes. All I'm saying, folks, you see, every day it plays out, and that's why we're having COVID problem. The same thing plays out every time. Lack of respect. And that is what's happening in Jamaica. We're having at least 8 deaths per day now. And almost 200 cases every day now. And all of it points down to what? People not respecting each other's space. We have no discipline, and we're not respecting each other's space. We just do as we need to understand it. And until we can give respect, then we got a problem people respecting us. So the whole thing will break down. And the whole thing has breakdown. So that's it for today.
For all of you, for you in the chat room this morning, you the listeners, we thank you for taking time out. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe, and ring the bell. So whenever we're on, you automatically get a notification. So always, take care of yourself, your loved one. Always remember, prayer changes things. Regardless of what religion you belong to, you must pray. So continue to pray. Dafina to take us out.
Well, unfortunately, this is it. Till next time. Bless.
All you gotta do is just speak. One word is enough, and I'm no longer so rough. I forget what I was trying to say. I no longer do what I was gonna do, but you're no good for me. That's why me know I said me if it could flee. Me I fi take away me say. Me I fi take away me say. Me I fi hide like a thief in the night. Me I fi get out of sight. Me I fi take away myself. I fi take away myself. I have to utilize I wings. Show the eye clean where I is. I said, yeah. I find you very hard to resist. With this relationship I'm gonna desist. But how can I face you when all I wanna do is just taste you? I know you think I play me, I play, but soon you're gonna see the light of day. Just relax, don't move an inch. I'll be gone in a pinch. May I feel take away myself. May I feel take away myself. May I feel hide like a thief in the night. May I forget out of sight. May I feel take away myself. Take away myself. I have to utilize I will. Show the eye a clean pair of heels. I say, been there, done that, don't need it again, yeah. I'm not a masochist who won't play your game, to how you move your arm, me way to the core. Sayonara, the hot girl gone through the door. Take away our
Well, unfortunately, this is it. Till next time. Bless. Well, unfortunately, this is it. Till next time. Bless. Well, unfortunately, this is it. Till next time. Bless.